All right, let's rock it, man. It's been a long time. We have faced some technical difficulties, some, a lot of difficulties, but the podcast is back. We are back, and we're
Hey,
gonna be
we are
doing
back.
this. We're gonna be doing this damn near every week, if not guaranteed every week.
Hey, they're definitely coming a lot more.
Yeah, we're gonna do it way more frequently than we did last season, and we're gonna be going into the off season as well. Um, and we're not doing nothing crazy. We just talking football. We just talking about some football. We just talking about things going around the league. At this point, um we halfway through the NFL season, and things are looking crazy right now. Let's talk about some midseason rewards so far, okay? And the one we're gonna say that one for last. We're gonna say that one for last. Let's talk about who you got as oh, we didn't even do the introductions. Cam, Mo,
Motor fly guy,
come
man.
on now. All right. Look, let's talk about some mid-season rewards, bro. I wanna let's do defensive player of the year first. All right, I got my clear in obvious choice for the year so far. I wouldn't say clear and obvious, but I think he has the lead right now. Um, and I'm looking at no other than Miles Garrett. Unblockable. The A lot of people would say the Browns are overachieving right now.
Definitely.
Overachieving right now, and he is one of the reasons that he's overachieving. It seemed like at a point where Deshaun Watson was just starting to look like Deshaun Watson of the old. He
Yeah,
wrecked his shoulder,
he was definitely starting to play a lot better.
especially that second half versus the Ravens. He hurt his shoulder in the first half and went 14 for 14 in the second half. That that that's looking like the Deshaun Watson of old.
Nah, definitely.
And y'all gonna have to excuse me. My voice is gone. I got me some green tea here. I already burnt the shit out of my tongue already. So please bear with me. But look, um Deshaun Watson has been looking like the Deshaun Watson of old, and it's a shame that let's just keep it on the field, keep it football, but it's a shame that he got an injury like that. And it also sucks that they had Josh Dobbs on the roster at the beginning of the year. And they
Crazy.
and they traded him for a bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle. So it's like they got rid of him for nothing. But Miles Garrett is single-handedly wrecking offensive lines. He's getting in backfields. It never looks good for the opposing quarterback. He's gonna assault your quarterback.
He's definitely a top five player in the league right now.
I would say top five player overall, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, his name is gonna be up there. He's taken, even though they play different positions, he's taken over Aaron Donald's spot. I think
Oh, easily.
as the
Easily.
dominant defensive guy. Even though I still think Aaron Donald is the best at what he does as that interior defensive lineman. When it comes to edge rushers, it's him. It's Micah and it's Miles. And I think this season Miles has the edge. Even and Micah's still young, but I think he's in his prime. Micah's not even in his prime yet.
Nah,
But Miles, he is. This is his year. I think
definitely.
he's I think he's gonna approach 20 sacks. Um, and I think he's gonna grab that defensive player of the year. And I think Michael Parsons will be second in there. Um if not TJ Watt, because I,
Ah,
I think TJ and um I think TJ and Micah would be right there for the defensive player of the year. For real.
I respect Micah and I respect Micah and and Miles a little more because they line up against left tackles.
What you got against TJ? What you got against TJ, man?
Come on now, he's taking the easy road out. You know, the easy way out. He line up on the other side sometimes, mix it up a little bit.
He's lining up where the defensive scheme allows him to line up. Okay.
He always lined up against right tackles only. He's taking the easy way out. No, don't get me wrong. TJ is an amazing player. Don't get me wrong. You feel me? But there's levels to this. And I don't think he's on the level of Myles Garrett or Micah Parsons.
I can respect it. That was a defensive player of the year. Let's look at offensive player of the year. I think this one, it started off as a runaway. And I think it's a little bit more competitive right now. I think it started off as the clear and obvious choice was Tyreek Hill for offensive player of the year. I think it was easily Tyreek Hill. But A.J. Brown has closed the gap as far as receivers. And if you look at the running back position, I think CMC is doing it better than anybody. I think Christian McCaffrey, he scored in every game but one. He's catching, he's rushing.
He's been the best back in the league this year.
Yeah,
for sure.
He's been the best back in the league this year, and I would say he was the best back in the league last year as well, especially after he got traded to
last year.
Yeah, I think he had like 1,700 all-purpose yards last year. Especially, it was up for a debate before he got to San Francisco last year, but after the trade happened, I thought he was clear in a way the offensive player of the year, and it was kind of obvious to predict it because you look at Kyle Shanahan, he's always called a dynamic run game. Even when he was with the Falcons, they had Devontae Freeman, who nobody has heard of since Kyle Shanahan left the Falcons.
Yeah.
So Kyle Shanahan is going to get dynamic running back. Wasn't he the offensive coordinator? Who was the running back in Washington? Was it Alfred Morris?
It was.
And Alfred Morris was a Pro Bowler.
Yeah, he was.
Kyle Shanahan gets a lot out of running backs. He's a great offensive play caller. But I think right now, I would give the offensive player of the year to Tyreek Hill. But right behind him, I'm going to go AJ and I'm going to go McCaffrey. I'm going to go AJ, I'm going to go McCaffrey. If we go in just non-quarterbacks, skill positions like that, because they don't really ever give offensive player of the years to quarterbacks.
No,
and I see why
they usually get the most valuable player awards.
Yeah, and they give them the targets. But let's look at coach of the year. You're gonna like this one. You're gonna like this one. My choice for coach of the year. Let me go with somebody that's not in first place on my shit first. I want to give the Vikings coach, Kevin O'Connell. I want to give him some credit. All right. Losing Kirk Cousins, going on a 4 or 5 game win streak after that. I think that's commendable. Okay. Especially you got my boy the Pastronaut out there.
And losing Jettis for a lot of games too.
Losing Justin Jefferson for a lot of games. You don't have Dalvin Cook this year, and you've still made it to an even record. So I think that's commendable.
Yeah, they definitely play hard every week.
I like Dougie P out of for the Jaguars. In his first year, D'Amico Ryans for the Texans has been doing a fantastic job.
Bro, it's night and day with that franchise.
Yeah, and they only won 3 games last year. They doubled it already. So
crazy.
They beat they just beat the. You know that I said it on the Gridiron Guys page during the game. I said, you know that period in the first 4 weeks of the league where the Bengals be terrible. They be looking like the worst team in the league. They not doing nothing, and then they heat up. And they went to go see D'Amico Ryans and the Texans, and the Texans came down to Cincinnati and shut all that noise down.
Hey, a lot has to do with CJ Stroud as well.
Yeah, and we're gonna talk about him later for sure. But that's not my number one choice though. I think my number one choice with a struggling offense, with a quarterback that might not be too much of his fault, but he's turning the ball over as much as almost he's scoring it. But John Harbaugh, all right, he's doing a fantastic job, I think, with the Ravens. He has the best record out of the Jaguars, Vikings, in Texans. So I'm gonna go with the best record out of all of them. I'm gonna go John Harbaugh for my coach of the year. All right. They got a completely new offense.
Yeah.
And it's gonna take some time. You got receivers dropping the ball. You got Odell, who got the same knees as my grandmother.
Hey, but he's playing. He's looking more like Odell week by
he's
week
starting
though.
to get in. He just had 4 catches for 100 some yards.
116.
One of them passes, the New York Giants Odell would have housed it.
hey, it's okay. That was a long time ago.
The New York Giants Odell would have housed it, bro. But look,
it don't matter. It don't matter.
Yo, I'm gonna have to trade my number 1 pick. I'm sorry.
Because I don't think John Harbaugh should be.
We gonna move Harbaugh to number 2. Okay. We gonna move Harbaugh to number 2. Because you already know who I gotta go number 1. I just remembered this. Coach Campbell for the Detroit Lions.
You have to. That was my number 1.
He is the coach of the year. And the argument I just made for John Harbaugh, you just said it easily. I'm going to say it's an easy call for the Detroit Lions and have their head coach be coach of the year. 8-2. Jared Goff is playing on an MVP level, even though he just had a couple bad games, and
it's okay. It's okay.
And that happens, but they haven't affected the win-loss column in a negative way.
Number 2 in the NFC right now.
Yeah, and they 8-2 for the first time since like the mid-60s. So I'm not gonna lie to you. You gotta go with Dan Campbell. You gotta go with Dan Campbell. And I'm gonna just be real with you. I think they might I think they can beat the Eagles in the NFC Championship. It's a long shot. It's a long shot because I personally think the NFC Championship game will be a rematch of last year. We're going to see Eagles 49ers again.
Absolutely.
But you got to play the game. It's called Any Given Sunday for a reason. And if one of these teams do not take the Lions seriously, they will be leaving the playoffs early. Do not underestimate that team. Jared Goff, though he lost, has been to a Super Bowl before.
He has, but I don't think that team could get to an NFC.
And they got a young gun in Aiden. Aiden Hutchinson is not playing.
No, for sure. He's that guy. Killer. He's that guy.
He's a killer. Aiden Hutchinson is not playing. So if one of these teams don't take the Lions seriously, it will be problems.
He should have won number 1 in his draft class.
It's going to be a problem. All right. Let's is comeback player of the year too obvious? This man almost died on the field last year. Heart actually stopped. He went to cardiac arrest. All Damar Hamlin had to do was put his chin strap on. He was going to win comeback player of the year.
Easily.
Let's talk defensive rookie of the year. I think this one is a no-brainer for me. I'm going to go Jalen Carter. Definitely. For the Eagles. I don't know what in the hell happened in these war rooms where they let Jalen Carter slip to the Eagles.
Crazy.
They're crazy. On top of that, he has backup. He has killers on the line.
Yeah.
He has vets teaching him the game. They can't double
Fletcher Cox.
They got Fletcher Cox. They got Brandon Graham. They got guys teaching him the ropes.
And don't forget about Jordan Davis that they drafted last year.
And on top of that, he gets to get tips from one of the best offensive linemen in Lane Johnson.
Oh, my God.
So he's learning the game from the defensive side from the Fletcher Coxes. He's learning it from the Brandon Grahams. But he's also learning the mind of an offensive lineman from Lane Johnson. Jalen Carter is a problem. Devin Witherspoon from the Seahawks. He's a problem as well. He's going to be
definitely number 2. He's
going to be a multiple-time All-Pro in the future. All right, he's a great quarterback. But I think Jalen Carter, the boy tried to catch a Patrick Mahomes spike. He's crazy. All
I
right,
saw that.
I think Jalen Carter is the guy right now. But let's talk about the obvious. Let's just pan over it. Offensive Rookie of the Year, C.J. Stroud. Okay, let's get over it.
Oh my God.
Let's talk about MVP.
He's definitely in the running.
MVP. I just saw today. This is a Tuesday. We record this, right? I just saw today that they said Jalen Hurts is number one in the MVP odds, which
crazy.
which look, if we you know how the NFL works, they want to go by records. Who got the best record? Cool. He's 9-1. If you want to talk about wins and losses, I can't argue with wins and losses. But if you want to talk about effect on the game, I think the MVP so far is C.J. Stroud.
Easily.
C.J. Stroud is having the best rookie quarterback season of all time. He's not turning the ball over, which rookie quarterbacks love to do.
What do you only have? 5 interceptions on the season? And that came in the bulk on Sunday when he threw 3 in that game.
He threw 3 in one game. He got 5 picks on the season. He got like over 20 touchdowns accounted for. Or I think he might got 19 touchdowns accounted for. He's winning games against good teams. He had a comeback against the Bengals, who are, since they've acquired Joe Burrow, they're multiple-time AFC Championship appearances. They've been to the Super Bowl. They're beating good teams, and they're doing it off the back of him and Tank Dell.
And I remember watching him week 1 against the Ravens, and just the way that he was just carving.
He's
not
a rookie.
Up,
he's not a rookie, bro. Not up here. He's not a rookie up here, bro. He's not a rookie up here, bro. He's poised. He's mature. He's not seeing ghosts. You remember when Sam Darnold was playing against the Patriots? He was talking about he's seeing ghosts. He's not seeing ghosts. He's playing with confidence. He threw 3 picks. They asked him how he felt about throwing 3 picks. He said, "I'm gonna keep slinging it."
Hello.
That's what you got to have as a quarterback. Somebody with short memory. Okay, we don't act like we just threw a pick. We still got a game to win.
Because throwing picks, it happens, man. It happens.
Yeah, I think he's playing quarterback better than Jalen Hurts. I think he's playing quarterback better than Patrick Mahomes. I think he's playing quarterback better than Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. These are all the quarterbacks that are viewed as the top at their position. When you look at a top 5 list, you're going to see Lamar Jackson. You're going to see Patrick Mahomes. You're going to see Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. Sometimes at the bottom of that 5, you might see, even though he throws a lot of fourth quarter interceptions, Justin Herbert. You're going to see a lot of these names on the top 5 list, and he's playing quarterback better than all of them. So, yeah, I think the number one guy as far as MVP, I can't say Jalen Hurts. I mean, 9-1 is a great record. Don't get me wrong, but I gotta go with.
It's not because of him, though. It's not.
He got a great defense. One of the best offensive line, if not the best offensive. He has the best offensive line in the NFL.
And Swift is playing out his mind.
DeAndre Swift is playing unbelievable. Unbelievable. And Jalen Hurts don't got one. He got 2 Pro Bowl receivers.
Yeah.
He got 2 Pro Bowl receivers. He got an all-star team on defense as well. He has a lot of help. They have a great roster.
And don't forget, he has a future Hall of Famer in Julio Jones.
Yeah, and Julio old as hell. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love Julio.
Hey, but Julio as your number 3 though.
That's a good look, but I mean, he's not getting many looks as a number 3 anyway. I'm gonna just be real with you. I think me and you got the same amount of catches he had last week or yesterday. So yeah, and I love me some Julio. Don't get me wrong. Wide receiver is my favorite position, so I love me some Julio. But he old. But if you want to go roster for roster, the Eagles are one of the best rosters in the league. They up there with the 49ers. I feel like as far as talent by position by position. Mm-hmm. And C.J. Stroud don't got that much to work with. He is balling out of his mind. Okay, and I'm gonna go with him. For MVP. But I want to bring something up real quick. They talking about there's a lot of rumors going on about the Patriots changing the head of the snake. Um, a lot of rumors saying that Bill Belichick is looking at his last season
I don't believe it.
in New England. A lot of rumors saying that the roster in Los Angeles for the Chargers is too talented to be losing games and that they could be replacing their head coach and going to grab Bill Belichick. Which I think would be a great look because you already know for many a weeks last year, my Twitter name was "In Mac We Trust." We don't trust in Mac Jones no more. We do not trust in Mac Jones no more. I'm sorry. And if
don't get me wrong, he has been terrible. He has been terrible.
He has been terrible.
What he's surrounded by.
Now, granted, he's making up bad meals, but the groceries have been horrible. Okay, you talking about somebody who's in their third year and they're going on their third offensive coordinator. Josh McDaniel was the rookie offensive coordinator. They made the playoffs that year. Got destroyed by the Bills. I was embarrassed. Then you go into last year, you give him a special teams coordinator and a defensive coordinator as the offensive coordinator. That is terrible coaching. Then you get Bill O'Brien back, and they've been horrible. But on top of that, he ain't got no weapons. Mm-hmm. He ain't got no weapons. Unfortunately, not everybody is Tom Brady, where you can win a Super Bowl with a Troy Brown and a Deion Branch. And I'm not saying these guys are horrible. I'm just saying that Deion Branch left the Patriots to go to the Seahawks because he wanted a bag, and you never heard Deion Branch's name again until he came back to the Patriots. Troy Brown, he's a product of the Patriots system. Randy Moss had fallen off a cliff. He came to the Patriots, and he got his name revitalized.
Yeah.
Look, Mac Jones isn't Tom Brady. Not everybody can win with the Deion Branches and the Troy Browns. Sometimes you got to go out and get him a Randy Moss. And I'm going to keep it real with you. I don't think Bill Belichick wants to do that because if I'm Bill, you got to go get you one of these receivers.
You have to.
You got to go get you some of these receivers, and you got to get you some offensive line help. If they say he got the yips, they said his feet is getting scared. He's shuffling back there. That's what they're saying. So, if what they saying is true about Mac, you gotta come on now. You gotta go get him some help. But they saying Bill Belichick. What do you think about Bill Belichick possibly being on the outs as the Patriots head coach and general manager?
I don't really believe that because before the season they gave him that extension, and before you gave him that extension, there's no way you thought you was going to be a title contender. There's no way. No way.
I will say this about that situation. If you look at Mac Jones's rookie year, there's no way you look at Mac Jones as a rookie play quarterback and say to yourself, oh, he's not going to be one of the top 12 to 13 quarterbacks in the next 2 to 3 years. At the very worst, he's going to be one of the top 12-ish quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't great as a rookie, but he was really good.
Yeah, we thought there was a lot of potential there.
There was a lot of potential.
Because remember, after the rookie season, I think it was the first episode we ever recorded, and I said I could see him, in the top 10 to 15 range in the NFL of quarterbacks.
Yeah, he wasn't ever going to be like an elite guy, but
no,
a guy who can win you some games and get you to the playoffs. He was definitely capable of that, and he got you to the playoffs as a rookie. So
yeah, we thought he was going to build on that.
Yeah, I thought he was definitely capable of it, but it hasn't worked. And I'm not gonna lie, if you go up to Bill Belichick and you tell him, "Yo, we got 2 quarterbacks for you. Mac Jones or Justin Herbert. Do you think he goes back to Mac Jones? No. Not when you got Keenan Allen and Mike Williams over there with Austin Eckler, and then you got Khalil Mack, and you got a Bosa, you got Asante Samuel Jr., you got Derwin James. You have guys over there, bruh.
And you're in LA.
And you get to leave cold ass Boston. You get to go. I'm not gonna lie to you. If I'm Bill Belichick, you gotta get out. The ship is sunk, brother. Hey, take the L out of Lover, brother. It is over.
No, I think Bill's problem is Bill being the GM. I think Bill needs to just be the coach.
He's getting terrible groceries, by the way. He's not getting the right guys in. Okay, he doesn't want to pay guys. He's paying the wrong guys. We got Juju Smith when he should have paid my boy that's on the Raiders right now. Jacoby Myers, yeah. It's not going well, and I think he needs to get out of there. I would love to see the Patriots turn it around, but this is karma, bruh. When you absolutely terrorize a league for 20 years, and I do mean terrorize, okay, the Patriots fell 1 season short of the all-time record for most consecutive winning seasons. They fell 1 season short, and that season came when Cam Newton was the quarterback. Had they had a positive record that year, they would have tied the Cowboys for the all-time record for most consecutive winning seasons, and I think it would have been 21. A record they said would never been broken. But they were that close. When you terrorize a league for that long, your revenge is coming, brother. The day is coming.
It's not even that.
What is it?
It's not even that. You want to know what it is?
What is it?
Come on now. You know, every Patriot fan in the world know the way y'all kicked Tom out the door. There was no way.
It's also karma for that too.
Yes.
It's karma for that too.
Y'all gonna be bad for a while.
It's karma for that too. And I think the Patriots, I'm gonna tough it out though. You got to think about this. It's a lot of Cowboys fans, it's a lot of 49ers fans. I want you to think about this, ponder this for a minute, for a second, for an hour, however long it takes. I want you to think about every Cowboys fan you know. Think hard. And I want you to think, how many of them remember the Cowboys winning a Super Bowl?
They can't.
You know a lot of 49ers fans as well. They got 5 of them things. How many 49ers fans you know that can remember the 49ers winning the Super Bowl?
They can't unless they're in their late 30s, 40s.
They got to be late 30s or the 40s, bro. I can confidently say I remember every Patriots Super Bowl. Every single one. From 2001 all the way down to 2019, bro. And the revenge is coming, bro. The revenge is coming. Like, we spent 20 years whooping on the Dolphins. The Dolphins was getting us a few times, but we got the best of them for the most part. We made the Bills our kids, right? And the Jets are the Jets. Like, we ain't had no problem with them either. But now we the worst team in the division, and one of the teams has Zach Wilson as a quarterback, and we a worse team than them.
Yeah, it's hard to be a worse team than them. But the Jets, they play hard though. They play hard. Bruh, they do play hard every week. They do play hard.
They believe in Robert Saleh.
They do. I think Robert Saleh is a good coach, but I think he should have benched Zach Wilson a few weeks ago.
He should have benched him, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I hold it against him for not benching Zach Wilson, but I give him a little credit for sticking with him. You got to show confidence in your guy, and he's done it. He did it a little bit longer than he should, but no player. They might be mad because they want to win games, and be in playoff contention because Aaron Rodgers is talking about possibly coming back. But if they fall out of playoff contention in the long run,
there's no reason for A-Rod to come back.
There's no reason for A-Rod to come back. That's one. And in the long run, a player is going to respect you for showing confidence. Okay, they're going to respect you.
You do need to do that, but at the end of the day, you're coaching a team. You're fighting for a playoff spot. If Zach Wilson isn't the guy, you have to sit him down, bro. You have to sit him down. That defense don't believe in him. The team don't believe in him.
The defense don't believe in him.
I know you see Garrett Wilson every week. Every week.
He hot, especially because I watched Hard Knocks. He was on the synergy with Aaron Rodgers,
bro.
So, and Garrett Wilson had a hell of a rookie year, and I was really looking forward to him
because he be killing corners, bro. He be getting open. He be getting open, bro. But Zach Wilson can't give him a good ball.
Like, look, man. So, yeah, I think, and Robert Saleh is definitely in Coach of the Year contention too because they're overachieving as well. They're overachieving. He's in contention. They overachieving. And then
I will have Mike Tomlin over him.
Mike Tomlin is always going to be in Coach of the Year contention. I don't know how he's winning. I don't know how he's winning these games. I never know how he's winning these games. He wins games. He just pulls it out the ass every year. I don't know what he's doing.
Because that's a bad roster.
It's a bad roster. They getting out-yarded every week, and they still winning. I don't know how he's doing. Kenny Pickett got a glove on a throwing hand. It's crazy. Okay? It's crazy. I don't get it, all right? But they still win games. This one's going to be a short episode. I want to get into one last thing before we get out of here. I want to talk about, since we had the mid-season, give me the AFC, NFC championship matchups, and give me the Super Bowl winner. Don't be biased. I got to tell you that. Don't be biased.
The thing is, it's not even being biased when it's the truth.
Talk to me.
I got the Ravens and the Chiefs in the AFC Championship.
NFC Championship.
And then the NFC Championship, I got the Eagles and the Niners.
Super Bowl matchup.
Ravens and the Niners.
Super Bowl champion.
Lamar Jackson.
Super Bowl champion. Final score.
34-17.
A dominant win.
A blowout. Hey, you heard what I said.
All right, look. I'm going to go Eagles 49ers. NFC Championship. AFC Championship. The AFC Championship is tougher. I honestly think the AFC is wide open.
No, definitely.
And you know what? I'm going to go, you know what I'm going to do for the AFC Championship? I'm going to say Ravens, Dolphins for the AFC Championship. I think Patrick gets out of there early.
You think so?
I think Patrick gets out of there early. He's about to learn the NFL ain't as easy as he thought.
No, it's not. He don't have Tyreek. He don't have them receivers that bails him out.
And I'm gonna go 49ers Super Bowl champions over the Ravens with a score of 28-17.
That's tough.
28-17. Christian McCaffrey is the Super Bowl MVP. And capping off one of the top 10 to 15 running back seasons we've ever seen. That's what I'm going with. All right.
Guess what? And I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised you say that.
That's what I'm going with.
I'm not surprised.
All right.
Lamar is gonna silence all you doubters, man.
Look, man.
It's time.
Look, it is what it is. All right. 28-17. Look, it's late. It's almost 1 a.m. Next week, we're gonna be recapping the games as they happen every week. So we're gonna be talking Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football, and what's going on every Sunday as well. We might get an episode in on like Fridays to talk about Thursday night football or even Thursday nights after the game. But stay tuned, stay locked in. This was a short episode, but we only just returned and we gonna keep it pushing.
Hey, it's gonna be a lot of episodes to come, man. We're not gonna take that big break like we did.
And we just talking football, man. We just talking football.
That's it.
That's it.
Come on now. Everybody loves football, man.
All right, look, man. Cam, that's my man Mo right there. Mo the Fly Guy, the most biased Ravens fan you ever met.
Hey, it's not biased when it's the truth.
And that's the Gridiron Guy podcast.